Hi, and welcome to And Then All of the Sudden, a podcast where everyday moments with the public take an unexpected turn, reminding us that no matter how much you think you've seen it all, life still has a few surprises up its sleeve.
Whether it's a story from the front lines of public service, a heartfelt moment in community work, a funny scene at church, a quirky encounter in retail, or even the unpredictable world of kids, you name it, we've got a story for it. Moments that start off ordinary and then, all of a sudden, something shifts.
So if you ever find yourself thinking, that's it, I've seen everything, join us, because right when you least expect it, something extraordinary happens. And then,
all of a sudden.
Well, hey, y'all. First of all, thank you for being a part of our first episode. We had such a good time.
It was so much fun.
And we had people calling us and sending us pictures of the podcast in their cars.
That was pretty cool.
It's been a month, and we've had 137 downloads.
Which is
or
awesome. So,
listens.
thank you to the 137 friends that we have out there.
And even if it was just one who listened to it 130 times, we
Yes.
appreciate that. We're excited about it, and we have a good time doing it. We want to recap because we talked about the different kinds of animals that we see sometimes in our workplaces. I had an incident 2 or 3 days after we posted the episode. Somebody here in East Tennessee had a monkey that was stolen, and it got loose, and it went in through a pet entrance, a pet door, into a pawn and music store. And supposedly they first said it tore up some guitars and stuff, but it didn't. It tore up some computer keyboards and got into some food. Within a few hours, got it back to its owners. But there you go. We talked about those monkeys. This was a little capuchin monkey, and he made it back home. So
I'm glad he made it back home.
he didn't.
But that still really freaked me out.
I know. This is,
Oh, but the poor monkey.
I know. Bless his little
Bless
heart.
his heart. I think I did remember seeing that on Facebook and going, no way. We just talked about
Yeah,
this. It's
I did the same
crazy.
thing. We just talked about
Yes. And crazy things happen over here on this side of the state. I'm just saying.
We're going to do a podcast about this underground animal stuff one of these days.
We're going to. I know some people.
Yeah, I do too.
But episode 2, welcome. We made it to 2.
Welcome.
So excited. I had so much good feedback from episode 1 from
did
the
too.
137 of you that listened.
That's
We
right.
certainly appreciate it. I got to have a lot of conversations from friends and people I work with after they listened to it. And you are not going to believe this. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Okay. One of my stores that I'm responsible for supervising, was talking to an associate in that store. We were talking about the podcast and things we had seen. And he's like, you're not going to believe this, but I actually have a customer. Y'all wait for it. Ta-da. We have a customer that has been known to have a miniature pony service animal.
All right. Well, I'm excited about that. I want to see that.
Look, when I get a picture of it, I promise I'm going to share it to our Facebook, to our Instagram. They only shop with us about once every 2 to 3 months. So they should be due a visit. If you live in the Middle Tennessee area and you have a miniature pony service animal,
Hit us up.
hit us up, please.
Hit us
please.
up on our Facebook page.
Yes. And then I received so many photos or things from people who are like, oh my gosh, you're right. There really is crazy things that happen out there. Got one TikTok, and I'll go over to Instagram and share it on our page there. Another raccoon on a leash in a retail store that this tiny kid was pulling around on a leash, just like it was a dog. And they sent that to me. I'm like, I didn't know it would happen more than once.
You know, it's kind of like when you talk about these things. So it's like cars.
You just start
They
seeing
have
it.
a red car, and then everywhere you look,
Red car.
So now everywhere
Everywhere you
look in the
You
store,
see a raccoon?
yeah, there's a raccoon on a leash or a snake around somebody's. Well, they came in and their kids had rubber snakes,
Ugh.
and one of them looked really real and like to scare one of my coworkers to death. So, you know, it wasn't real, but it looked like it.
I have done that before. So we used to sell, it's a little wooden toy snake. that it was
Okay.
very bendy, and one of them got left in the area that I was supervising, and I just picked it up, and I was really just fidgeting with it, and I didn't mean to. So if this is you, I sincerely apologize again. But there was a customer in line that's terrified of snakes, and she couldn't come through the line until I put the snake away. She was like freaking out, and I was like, "What's wrong?" And I'm just sitting here doodling at this thing, and she's like, "You've got to put that down." I looked down. I'm so sorry, man. It was just a
You
toy.
never
But
know.
now, if I see a real one, I'm gonna win a race. You're gonna see this girl
That'll
run.
be
And
lost like if I see a bear. I'm gonna
Yeah.
move faster than you ever see me move.
I can't outrun a bear, but I can trip you.
There you go. Y'all remember that. We have had fun with sea animals and workplace and kind of things. Again, thank you so much for listening to episode 1. We're going to move on and we're going to start. This is our episode 2. And we're going to talk about the things that kids do and say. And I'm sure we have a lot. I
We
can
could
think
probably
of,
do a whole year-long series
Yeah, we
on
probably
things that
could.
kids say and do.
especially since I have worked with a lot of them. I'll let you start first.
Yes,
So-
I would love to. So, have friends. They've heard the first episode, and then everybody wants to tell you their story, which is exactly what we want. We want to hear your stories. The funny thing is, this happened just a couple of days after we aired our first podcast, and she called and she said, "I've got to tell you, I've got something for you," and you just won't believe it. Okay, great. A really good friend back to home has begun to help in a smaller church in her community. She plays piano, is very talented. And so her and her daughter have started helping this little small church. And they do things a little differently than what she's normally used to. And so they were having communion. I was like, oh boy, let's see where this goes. Her daughter was actually helping in the back with the little children. And she said she had about 3-year-olds. I was like, oh boy, this is going to get good. 3-year-olds are great. But they were having communion. And so in this particular church, they like to pass out the communion and you just take the communion as soon as you get it. They were like, hey, where is, I don't know, should I say her name?
We'll just call her Gertrude or something.
We'll protect her name. Where's Emily? We were like, and they were like, oh, she's in the back. She's in the back with the kids. And they're like, well, go get her. So they go to get my friend's daughter, who has 3-year-olds, and she had decided to finger paint. So she's literally elbow deep in finger paint with 3-year-olds. And they're like, oh no, you have to come take communion. And she's like, okay, well, we're going to have to wash our hands. She takes, I think she had 2 little boys, 1 little girl. They go to the bathroom. They're just going to wash their hands.
Supposedly.
And then
All of a
sudden,
sudden,
she's at the sink with the little girl trying to get the finger paint off the hands. And one of the little boys just drops and pees in the floor
oh no.
with the finger paint still on his hand.
Oh. I'm going to let everybody's mind just go with that. You just go along with that. Oh,
30,
Yeah.
It was so funny. And I was like, how in the world did she recover from that?
Oh my gosh. It's a wonder she didn't have to wash more than just hand.
But they waited. They paused the entire church service
Oh
and
my
waited
gosh.
because they're very passionate about the sacrament, the communion, and everybody taking it. So that I thought was hilarious. But
Good.
seeing that happen a lot, we didn't grow up in the city, way out in the country.
Me either.
And if you grew up in the country, which I'm guessing some of the 137 people that are listening might have, sometimes little boys, when you don't have neighbors for 10 miles, you just go outside when you want to, right?
And that's usually the easiest way to potty train them too.
Yeah. And I've seen that happen. There is a state park near my hometown too, and there's a lot of outdoor weddings there. And I have seen literally 3-4-year-old little boys right in the middle of the wedding just go over to the tree.
Oh yeah. So that is
It's
not
funny.
unusual.
Wedding, building memories,
And just
and
imagine
stories to share.
these people getting married and 25 years down the road and this kid is 20 years old. They're like, hey, let me tell you this story about what you did at my wedding.
Yes.
Over by the trees. Oh yeah.
Oh, but kids are great. Kids are
Yeah.
great because it's an endless source of material.
It really is. And in all the jobs I've done, I've always worked with kids in some capacity, but I was working with preschoolers. And of course, in preschool, you take a nap every day. So we would take a nap every day from 1 to 2. And inevitably, you always have some that are really hard sleepers and some that don't sleep at all. But,
I was one of those. I refused to take a nap.
but
I regret it deeply in my
I do
adult
too now as
life.
an adult. Yeah, because I take a nap every day at from 1 to 2. I could. We try to teach them just to learn to lay there and be quiet and just rest. We had one little boy who was a heavy sleeper. I mean, heavy sleeper. And when we would wake them up, they had a routine. They had to pick up their sheet and their blanket and their pillow, and they had their own little cubbies to put their stuff in. And they would have to go put it in their cubby. And a cubby, basically, if you're not sure what a cubby looks like, these look like little miniature lockers, kind of without a door. So it has a long part where you can hang your coat and stuff and put your backpack in the bottom. And then it has a little top part where you can put your lunchbox or whatever. This little kid, I mean, he had no. He was dead to the world. And to wake him up, you would have to shake him 3 or 4 times and tell him to wake up. Finally, I had to reach down and help him wake up. And I had to help him stand up. And I'm putting his blanket and his sheet over his arms. And I'm telling him and kind of guiding him, okay, friend, you need to go over to the cubby and put your stuff away. And in his mind, he knew what he was supposed to be doing. So he takes his blanket and his sheet and he takes them to the cubby, and I'm continuing to pick up the mat and everything. And I look over and he has put his sheet and his blanket in the cubby on top of his backpack. And he has just whipped his pants off and he is going to the bathroom right in the cubby.
Oh no!
All over his
Wait,
sheet.
was it his cubby or
It
someone
was
else?
his cubby. All over his sheet and blanket and a little bit on his backpack. He was basically sleepwalking. He was sleepwalking. And finally, we got him awake enough. By that time, we'd sent him to the bathroom when we were in the process of cleaning stuff to the laundry. And then we told his mom, and she got a big kick out of it. But I don't think it really ever registered with him what he had done. But
I wonder if he remembers it as an adult.
I don't know. He's not an adult, but he's old enough now that if you brought it up to him, it would probably embarrass him a little bit. And his mom was real good natured about it. And he was such a good kid. And he was just so asleep. He was sleepwalking. Had no idea.
That actually happened to a friend of mine. I guess it was probably midway through college age. There was a group of us that worked at this one particular restaurant, and we would always close because we were young then. And we would go to another friend's house and usually watch a show or a movie or something at the end of the night. But he had younger brothers. And we were in the den watching this movie. There's 4 or 5 of us sitting there watching the movie. And his brother starts sleepwalking.
Oh, no.
Comes out of the bedroom sleepwalking. And then all of a sudden, he opens the door that goes downstairs to the basement, thinking he's going to the restaurant.
No.
And we
no.
had drinks. And his brother had to tackle him because we were really afraid that he was about to fall head first down the stairs. That's probably the only time I've actually really seen someone deep sleepwalking.
Yeah.
Sleep talking all the time. But
The walking is a whole different ballgame, and they don't remember anything. My niece, when she was little, she had a water baby, and these were real big. Remember water
I
babies?
do remember water
And you
babies.
filled them up with water, and they were kind of
They kind of
mushy.
felt like a newborn.
Yeah.
Ish.
Kinda
weird.
Yeah. And she hopped this water baby everywhere, and she lost it one day. And they looked forever for this water baby. And about a week later, they found frozen solid in the freezer of the refrigerator where she had slept off and put it in the freezer and didn't remember it. They looked for it for a week. And then finally one day, just opening the freezer, there was water baby
Ice
frozen
pack?
still. And then all of a sudden, water baby was not water baby. She was ice baby. Ice baby. So, yeah. We would love to hear your stories and let us know what some of the things your kids say. Now, I'm not a parent. I just pick things up from working with children all the time.
I have a lot of parent stories, but my daughter would kill me if I tell them on here. Mostly, no, her stories are mostly bad about me.
Oh, well, maybe that's what it is, the little tit for tat. You tell one and she can come on and
Yes.
tell one.
Yeah, we'll have a guest. We'll have guests.
Yeah, there you go. If you guys are interested in hollering at us and telling us, we would love to hear your All of the Sudden stories. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and then All of the Sudden.
Yep.
And
You'll
you
find
can
us there.
drop us some messages there. You can also email us at and then all of the sudden gmail.com. And it's ANDALLOFTHESUDDEN, in case you didn't get that.
You
at
did that
Gmail.
really well. I don't think I could do that.
Thank you.
Without looking.
Hey,
You did it without looking.
I did.
One day
look.
we're going to have videos so you can see just how funny we really are.
Yeah, give us a few months.
We want to get a solid thing going, but that was really good.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And then we also want to give you a yell out, because we want you not only to drop us a line and not only follow us, but tell them where they can listen to us.
You can go subscribe to our podcast. You can find us really almost anywhere where you listen to your podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, and Substack. Yeah. So we're hosted on Substack as well, and that's how we get it out to everywhere else as well. But you can find us all of those places. So whenever you're ready, we're ready to listen. We're ready to laugh with you, and we cannot wait to hear what you have for us.
We want to thank you so much for your time today and joining us on our episode of
And then all of a sudden.
I'm Anna.
I'm Lisa.
And honestly, we're just excited to have you along as we share those everyday moments that unexpectedly turn into stories worth telling.
There's something special about those little life surprises. We can't wait to keep this going and bring you all the stories that unfold in our own lives. So if you're up for some genuine laughs and a little company through life's unexpected, unpredictable moments, we hope you'll come back for the next episode.
Until then, take care and see you soon